Imagine making millions or even billions without inventing a single product. No patents, no prototypes, no manufacturing, no massive upfront costs. Sounds impossible, right? Well, Amazon, Walmart, and some of the biggest companies in the world have been quietly using a hidden business model to dominate industries and rake in billions in profit. And here's the kicker. You can use this exact strategy too. Most people believe that launching a successful product means creating something brand new, getting patents, dealing with factories, and taking huge risks. But what if I told you there's another way? A way that skips all of that hassle and lets you sell proven products under your own brand, without needing to invent anything. And here's the best part. Even though you didn't invent the product, you fully own your brand. Without branding, anyone could undersell you with a similar product and take away your sales, even if their version is lower in quality. But with your own brand, you control the price, the perceived value, and the customer experience, just like the big brands do. In this video, you'll discover how Amazon, Walmart, and other billion-dollar companies use a proven system called private labeling to multiply their profits with minimal effort, and more importantly, how you can apply this strategy to build your own thriving business. Welcome to Smart Money Vids, where we explore the habits, mindsets, and strategies that set the wealthy apart from the rest. If you're serious about financial growth, make sure to subscribe and stick around till the end, because what you're about to learn could change how you think about business forever. Now that you know this secret business model exists, let's break it down. Private labeling is one of the easiest and most profitable ways to build a business without creating a brand new product from scratch. Instead of designing a new invention, getting patents, and setting up expensive manufacturing, you take an existing product, put your own branding on it, and sell it as your own. Think about it. When you walk into a store like Walmart or shop on Amazon, you see brands like Great Value, Amazon Basics, or Kirkland Signature. But here's what most people don't realize. Walmart, Amazon, and Costco don't actually manufacture these products themselves. Instead, they source products from manufacturers, add their branding, and sell them as their own. And here's where it gets interesting. You don't have to be a billion-dollar company to do this. Thanks to modern e-commerce, anyone can use private labeling to create a brand and start selling, without warehouses, factories, or massive upfront investments. What makes private labeling so powerful is that you're not taking a gamble on an unproven product. Instead of guessing what people might buy, you already know there's demand. Unlike dropshipping, where you're selling someone else's brand and have little control, private labeling gives you full ownership. That means you decide the pricing, the marketing, and the customer experience. And instead of just flipping products for short-term profit, you're building something long-term, a real brand that attracts repeat customers and could even be sold for a huge payout later. And the best part? Once you understand the process, you can apply it to almost any industry, whether it's supplements, kitchen gadgets, beauty products, or even pet supplies. Big companies have been doing this for decades. But today, it's more accessible than ever. Now that you understand what private labeling is, let's take a look at how Amazon and Walmart use it to make billions. If private labeling is such a powerful business model, how exactly do the biggest companies in the world use it to make billions? Let's dive in. Let's start with Amazon. Most people think Amazon is just an online marketplace where sellers list their products and customers buy whatever they need. But Amazon isn't just selling other people's products, it's selling its own brands too. One of the biggest examples is Amazon Basics. You've probably seen Amazon Basics products everywhere. Things like phone chargers, office chairs, kitchen appliances, and even batteries. But here's the surprising part. Amazon doesn't manufacture any of these products. Instead, they work with suppliers, often the same factories that make name brand products, and private label them under the Amazon Basics brand. Because they control the brand, Amazon gets to set the pricing, keep more profit, and push their own products higher in search results. And it's not just Amazon Basics. They have dozens of private label brands across different industries, like Solomo for household goods, Happy Belly for food products, and Amazon Essentials for clothing. Now let's talk about Walmart. You might recognize Great Value, their grocery brand, or Equate, their personal care and medicine brand. Just like Amazon, Walmart doesn't manufacture these products. They private label them. That means they source the products from other companies, put their branding on them, and sell them at a lower price than name brand competitors. Why? Because it lets them keep customers inside their ecosystem. Instead of buying a brand name product that makes money for another company, Walmart makes sure that the sale stays in-house. And the results? These private label brands rake in billions every year. Kirkland Signature, Costco's private label brand, alone made over $58 billion in sales last year. And the reason is simple. Private label products cost less to produce, have higher profit margins, and keep customers loyal to the store. Now you might be thinking, that's great for billion-dollar companies, but how can I do the same thing? The good news is, with e-commerce, private labeling is now accessible to anyone. And in the next section, I'll show you exactly how you can start your own private label business, even if you have no experience. Now that you know how the biggest companies use private labeling to dominate, the next question is, how can you do the same thing? The good news is, you don't need millions of dollars or a massive corporation behind you to get started. Today, private labeling is more accessible than ever, and with the right approach, you can launch your own brand from scratch. Here's how it works. First, you need to choose the right product. This is the foundation of your business, and the key is to find something that people are already buying, but without strong branding. The best private label products are everyday items that people need, but don't necessarily care about the brand. Think about things like kitchen accessories, fitness gear, personal care products, or office supplies. These are all products that can easily be branded as your own. Next, you need to find a supplier. The easiest way to do this is through platforms like Alibaba, where thousands of manufacturers are ready to produce products with your branding. You simply find a supplier that already makes the product you want, customize it with your logo, packaging, and any small improvements, and place your order. Then, it's time to build your brand. This is where private labeling is different from just selling random products. Instead of competing on price alone, you create a real brand with a unique name, a professional logo, and high-quality packaging. This makes your product stand out and allows you to charge higher prices compared to generic competitors. Once your product is ready, you need to choose where to sell. The two most popular options are Amazon FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon, and Shopify. With Amazon FBA, you send your inventory to Amazon's warehouses, and they handle shipping, customer service, and returns for you. With Shopify, you set up your own website and sell directly to customers, often using social media ads to drive traffic. And finally, you need a launch strategy. The first few weeks are critical for gaining traction, and this is where things like influencer marketing, PPC ads, and social media promotion come in. The goal is to get as many people as possible to see and buy your product so that your brand builds momentum. The best part? Once your private label business is up and running, it can be scaled almost endlessly. You can expand into new products, enter new markets, and even turn your brand into something valuable enough to sell one day. And in the next section, we'll talk about the biggest mistakes new private label sellers make, so you don't waste time and money falling into the same traps. Private labeling is a proven system, but like any business, there are common mistakes that can cost you time, money, and even your entire brand if you're not careful. Many beginners fail not because private labeling doesn't work, but because they make avoidable errors. Let's go over the biggest mistakes new private label sellers make and how you can avoid them. One of the most common mistakes is choosing the wrong product. Many new sellers pick a product just because they like it instead of focusing on market demand and competition. A product might seem exciting to you, but if people aren't actively searching for it, you won't get sales. Successful private label sellers do market research first. They analyze trends, competition, and pricing before committing to a product. Another mistake is failing to differentiate the product. If you just slap a logo on a generic item without improving it in any way, there's no reason for customers to choose your brand over others. The best private label businesses make small but meaningful improvements, maybe a better material, a new feature, or premium packaging that makes the product feel more valuable. A huge mistake beginners make is relying too much on one supplier without proper vetting. Not all manufacturers are created equal. Some cut corners, use low-quality materials, or change pricing unexpectedly. Always request samples, check supplier reviews, and have backup suppliers ready in case something goes wrong. Pricing is another major trap. Many sellers either price too low and destroy their profits, or price too high and struggle to get sales. The key is to balance affordability with perceived value. If your product looks premium, customers are willing to pay more. This is where branding and packaging play a huge role. Customers don't just buy products, they buy experiences. Some sellers also ignore marketing and expect their product to sell itself. Even if you have a great product, it won't succeed without visibility. The most successful brands invest in product photography, influencer partnerships, and paid advertising to get in front of the right audience. And finally, one of the biggest mistakes, giving up too soon. Many sellers quit after a few weeks because they don't see instant success. But private labeling, like any business, requires patience, testing, and adjustments. The sellers who stick with it, learn from their mistakes, and refine their strategy are the ones who go on to build highly profitable brands. Now that you know what not to do, let's talk about what's next. In the final section, I'll show you how you can take action today and get started with private labeling, even if you're starting from scratch. By now, you understand exactly how private labeling works, how billion-dollar companies use it, and how you can get started. But learning about private labeling is one thing. Actually taking action is what matters. The first step is simple. Start researching product ideas today. Even if you're not ready to launch just yet, taking that first action, whether it's browsing Amazon's best sellers, checking Alibaba, or identifying a niche you'd love to sell in, puts you ahead of 99% of people who never start. Once you launch your first product and get sales, the real power of private labeling comes in scaling up. The best private label businesses don't stop at one product. They expand, create bundles, and build an entire brand. That's why companies like Amazon, Walmart, and Costco make billions using this model. And once you understand the process, there's no limit to how far you can take it. To help you get started, I've put together a private label starter kit, a step-by-step guide on how to find profitable products, choose a supplier, and launch your first brand successfully. Want it? Just comment "Private Label Starter Kit" below, and I'll send you the link for free. Also, let me know in the comments, what product do you think would make a great private label brand? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more insights into business, wealth building, and financial success. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.